Good morning, everyone, and welcome to TAPP Talk Live. This is number 26, I think. And let's run the banner across the bottom just to check. Yes, it's number 26, and we're live here today from Malta. And this is a live session that we do every day from Monday to Friday at 10 o'clock. And the idea is it's an open platform for customers to ask questions, and you can, and also new customers to ask either for a product demo or any questions they've got on the product. And you can do that by putting something in the comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and you can view on Twitter, but you can't put comments in. But on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, you can just make comments, and I'll pick those up and see them. And also, you will be able to make comments on WhatsApp on 356-99866-142. And I was about to say, and I will be able to see those, but I can't because I don't have the screen open. So give me 2 seconds. I will just open that screen. So now, if you make comments on WhatsApp, I will also be able to see them. Okay, so you can also make questions on tapwater.mt/live. If you're in the room today, I can see there's some people in the room. If you're in the room today, then please do comment and just say hi. Let me know you're there. And if you go to tapwater.mt/live, there is also a really easy form that you can fill in just to also ask questions if you're catching the recording. So if you're catching the recording, we are live from Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. And if you're catching the recording, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel or get notifications on Facebook by following the page. Okay, super. So if you're in the room, welcome, and do pop in some comments and just say hi in the comment box. So it's always nice to have some company. Thank you. And if you've got any questions or would like a particular product demonstrated, please do ask. Now today, first of all, we have a question. This was put in on the form system. So you can get that at tapwater.mt/live. And the question is from Conrad. And Conrad said he is considering switching from EcoPro to the EcoPro Compact for technical reasons. So some people will have mixers where they prefer the smaller version of our water filters, which is the Compact, which looks like this, in preference to the larger filter. So the basic difference between these two is the capacity of the filter inside. This one is 1,200 litres over a period of maximum of 3 months, and this one is 300 litres over a maximum of 3 months. Now this one is interesting, the Compact, because it gives you a little bit of choice as to whether to change it every month, every 2 months, or every 3 months. So, on average, a single person in a single-person household will change this every 3 months. 300 litres of drinking water over 3 months, 100 litres a month. Works out much cheaper than a jug filter, and it'll also taste different. A couple. As a couple, when we were using the Compact, which we don't use at the moment, we use the ultrafiltration device as we have our water from the tank in Gozo. So, not that we should. So as a couple, we were using this every 2 months, and then I changed to changing it every month because we were washing fruit and vegetables in filtered water. But if you weren't, as a couple, it'd be going every 2 months, no problem. So it's 6 filters a year. Actually works out more economic than this. 4 filters are €69, 6 filters, €49. And if you were a couple maybe with baby or a couple with 1 child, for instance, you would probably be changing this every month. And if so, you'd need 12 filters a year, so it works out a touch more expensive. So €89 a year for 12 filters, €69 for 4 filters. Okay, so Conrad is interested in the weight of the EcoPro Compact in chrome. So the weight of this one is 145 grams. The weight of this one is 368 grams. That, as far as I know, and as far as I've been told with customers, has never caused a problem with the weight of this on a particular mixer. However, there are a couple of mixers, for instance, those with shower types, where you may want a lighter version rather than the heavy version. And there's also some of those water filters that have got shower heads attachment, but they're very wide at the end. And this one fits better. So, can I share the weight of the coming soon EcoPro Compact in Chrome? Yes, I can. It's 145 grams. The chrome weight is exactly the same as the ABS plastic weight, and that is because the chroming is a plating over the plastic. So it's a colorization rather than a change in the actual material used. Well, I mean, there is a bit of a change in the material used because it's a covering, but it's like painting it, as it were. It's a chrome finish. So I hope that answers your question. And you also asked another question. Well, actually, it was in the same question, but I couldn't fit it all in the big box. So, an approximate arrival date of this version EcoPro Compact is probably going to be around the second week of September, it's looking like at the moment. I have a couple of things to sort out today before the shipment is booked, and therefore that should be, I believe, the second week of September, but I'll be announcing that as soon as we've got a delivery date. Then I'm going to be announcing it. What does happen, we have found, with the deliveries is sometimes the delivery doesn't get on the ship, or the delivery is waiting to be shipped and the ship doesn't turn up. This has actually happened in August. We had a delivery booked that was booked fairly early on. I think it was like the 8th, 9th of August. And in fact, I can check the date if I look at my calendar. Yeah, it was going to be arriving on the 11th. And it didn't, and then we were told it would be on the ship that was arriving on the 18th, which is today. And yesterday we received a notification that it's not on the ship, and it was going to be in on the 25th, 26th. So that is what happens with shipments. We ship by boat from Barcelona, or by ship from Barcelona. I was trying not to say ship twice. So we ship by ship. From Barcelona. It's one of the most environmentally friendly ways of doing it. That's what tap water is looking for in Barcelona, rather than fly it in, for instance. And what happens is sometimes they just don't make the ship. So, or the ship doesn't have enough to pick up in Barcelona, so it goes somewhere else. So we know it is on the ship now. It has been collected. It is on its way. And it'll be here 25th, 26th, so by the time it clears for customs, etc., I reckon we'll be delivering out from Wednesday the 31st at the latest. And again, I apologise where I've actually told people that it was going to be the 25th and 26th, because that's the information we had, but now we'll tell everybody it'll be on the 26th. Now, on that note, I can also give you a quick update on valve replacements. So yesterday I was talking about the valve replacements. We have 47 customers yesterday waiting. We now have 49 customers waiting for valve replacements. In particular, Vicky, I know you've messaged, and I'm sorry because you have a house full of guests and no water filter, and you're drinking lots of water, and I'm really sorry. Not a lot I can do, except we're trying to get that shipment in as soon as possible. UPS had told us yesterday that it has not been found, because they had temporarily mislaid the shipment. However, it was being shipped to an easy pick locker, because I find that's the easiest way to be able to pick it up. And they found it. It's at MaltaPost. MaltaPost have been amazing, because they were looking for a shipment that nobody knew whether they had it or didn't have it, and they were so helpful. I see so much bad publicity sometimes by MaltaPost. Oh, they don't deliver, etc., etc., etc. But I have to say, on this occasion, MaltaPost, you've been awesome. So I am collecting the shipment that has now been found in Marsa. I'm collecting it tomorrow myself to make sure I've got it. So valves will be out in the post on Saturday. And thank you, MaltaPost, for resolving this problem. You're awesome. Okay, so today's subject is babies. Just before we do that, if you just joined us live, I would like to tell you that we are live Monday to Friday at 10 o'clock, and you can join in if you would like to. Ask questions, ask for a live demo. If you're an existing customer or a new customer, you are really welcome just to pop your comments in the comment box, or you can also put them on WhatsApp if that's easier for you, and I'll be able to see them by looking at the screen over there. So that's our WhatsApp number. And you can also, if you're catching the recording, if you go to tapwater.mt/live, you will be able to put a question in a form. And I'll receive that and then cover it later. And then I'll let you know when I've covered the answer. So thank you for doing that. Conrad asked a question this morning, and we've just answered it. Okay, so babies, that's what we're talking about today. Is tap water any good for babies? Okay, so let's just put that there. So the answer is yes. First of all, we can answer that by saying both of our founders, who are a Swedish and a German chap in Barcelona, who founded the company in 2018, they both have young children and have been feeding their babies with tap water ever since. So that's the first way. We also have lots of customers with babies. And I've actually fitted in the early days when I was doing the fitting, which I don't do anymore. But I was fitting to some newly born mothers because they were describing things like newly born mothers with newlyborns. They were talking about like trying to pour water whilst holding the baby from bottles, and and also just the thing of carrying around plastic bottles and stuff like that. But the main concern of all these mothers that I've talked to in the past is health. Is this water good for my babies to drink if I'm using formula, or if I'm using it for home-cooked food, for instance, or if they're just having water? And the answer is yes. Okay, so it's filtered to 100 different contaminants. And one of the questions that comes up is sodium. Okay, there is 20 milligrams per litre, or around that, 20 milligrams per litre of sodium in the water once it's been filtered. Okay, now, this is not like a reverse osmosis system that would remove 100% of things like sodium, but it also removes the good minerals. So, the point with sodium is that, and again, I am not a midwife or anything like that, this is just the information that I have that I've researched as well. So 20 milligrams of sodium per litre. So if you're feeding your baby formula, for instance, or water, you are well within any of the limits, safe limits of sodium, well within, because it's much larger than 20 milligrams per litre, because you're probably only feeding, let's say, up to certainly no more than 2 litres a day. So so that's 40 milligrams, so well within that. In fact, even in breast milk, I think the figure that I researched was something like 45, 50 milligrams per litre of sodium in breast milk. So if you're using this water with formula, you're still well within any of the limits. And the thing is that bodies need some sodium. They don't need too much, and that's why people are concerned with it. But yes, it's safe to use for babies, and we have plenty of mothers and also some resellers that are more expert in these matters as well, such as Maria Vella from Ikkuluriti, and I can never say that, who's a wonderful online shop as a healthy, eco-friendly family shop. They're great. I'll stick a link in the edit on this video to be able to point to an article that Maria wrote about her experience with all the kids that they have. I think it's 3. Was it 2? 2 or 3 with the babies. So the answer is yes. We have customers with babies, and they're using it happily. We have the information also on the website. Let me just add that into the stream. So this is the FAQs. You can find them by clicking here on FAQs. Let's settle on your screen so that you can see it, right at the very top. And this particular article, this is the link from Maria Vella at Ikkuluriti, the eco-friendly family store. In fact, let me just write here. This is an article that Maria wrote. 2 beautiful kids. Oh, another one on the way, so it'll be 3 now. This is Maria and Luke, who are great, and they stock tap water in their shop. And Maria talks about using this. I think they're now on their 3rd year of using, so they actually had the water filter quite early on. It was within the first few months of our launch, which was great. And she says here, everyone drinks from this filter water, us, our babies, and 2 small kittens, which we just got. We also use it to cook and fill our glass cleaning bottles. So hope you find that useful. I certainly like it to hear the real experience of other people, which personally I find that really helpful. Okay, so that's where we are today. Good news on those people who are waiting for valves. Sort of good news on the shipment in that this time we definitely know it's on the ship because we've had that official notification. And thank you, Conrad, for your question before. If you've got any other questions, please do stick them in the comments box now. And if you're catching the recording, you can go to tapwater.mt./live. That address is in the comments below. And you can ask a question on the form there. And you can also catch up with all the segments that we've got for the recordings. So I can go to the live page. Let me just show you where it is. So if you're on our website like this, I'll make that a little bit bigger. You can go to the live, gosh, I've forgotten where it is. Where's live? There it is. Here, TAPP Talk Live, just before the In the Press. And here we go. This is the page. So from here, you can catch the live session on any of these channels. If you do click on the YouTube one, please do subscribe. If you want to ask a question, then you can ask here, and a little form will pop out, and you can just put your name, email address in the question. I ask for the email address so I can follow up with you and let you know when I've covered the topic. And then you can see here a list of all the topics that we've covered in the past TAPP Talks. Sometimes the topics do repeat, but you can see, for instance, the longer demos or the smaller demos of the product. A few days ago, there was an EcoPro full demonstration, which is about 10, 12 minutes long. But you can also see all sorts of things like that. Whilst we're here, just point you here to Rachael Holley, who is one of our TAPP heroes. She's a customer, and she's running a pain relief and management course quite soon. I think it's starting the 23rd of August. And she wrote a story and an independent review, I think, just recently. So Reach 100 Pilates, that's Rachael Holley, and the review is quite comprehensive. You can get it on her website at Reach 100. It's reach-1-100.com. But if you just look up Reach 100 Pilates on Facebook or Instagram, you'll get it. So this is Rachel's story about using tap water, in particular with pain management. She has a chronic illness, and her pain management course is really about not being free from pain, but being able to live with it and live a life. And actually, tap water was a contributor to that life, because she doesn't have to carry plastic bottles, which for her were a real pain. So that's a super story there from Rachael, and very grateful that she shared it. So that's it for today. Thank you very much. I am going to be collecting the adapters on the valve replacements on Friday, so they'll be out on Saturday. That is such a great news for the 49 customers that are waiting, and also, I must admit, a huge weight off my mind as well. So I am super grateful to MaltaPost. And thank you for joining us today. Do ask questions next time you're on, and I'll see you tomorrow, Friday at 10 o'clock, before I leave to Malta to go and get those adapters. Take care, everyone, and hope you can stay cool and hydrate in this heat that we're having.